Hey, this video is going to be a little more casual tonight. It's mostly a reminder to take it easy on yourself. If you watch my last video, or, well, really any of my videos, I've been talking a lot about how there's been so much energy lately. And when you're experiencing so much energy, it takes a lot out of you. And sometimes we can really get on a roll with things and we can make some excellent progress. And then we don't want to stop. We don't want to slow down. And some of it might be because we feel lazy when we slow down. But another part of it might be just because it feels good to see yourself succeed. It feels good to make progress. But then we forget that rest is important. And if we don't choose to take the time to give ourselves a break, the universe is going to decide for us. And a lot of times that looks like illnesses that put you down and out for a couple days. It's not fun. So pay attention to the amount of energy that you're putting out as well as just experiencing in general. Because I know for certain today is a rest day. It is, honestly, this whole week has been so much. I'm in a conscious coaches challenge. They ended up abbreviating it to CCC because conscious coaches challenge is really hard to say. So I've been in CCC for, it's 11 days straight. And today, I think they can feel how much energy is going on. And they told us, like, hey, rest. Just rest. And it was perfect timing because today I had a little business meeting 2 hours away, and it was just a perfect time. And it's kind of funny how it all happened because my classmate slash like soul family slash future business partner, Marcy, the medium that I mentioned in my previous video, she had been telling me, like, hey, I'm getting a lot of signs to slow it down, and I've been told to tell you as well because I think you've been getting the same signs and you're ignoring them. I'm like, what? I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I've been ignoring it. She was actually saying, like, take a break from videos for this week. Just take it easy. And where that sounds good, the break would be nice. But I don't know, it's so hard when you love something so much. So that's why today I am taking a little bit of a break, and I am just sharing the message that I've been ignoring, hoping that you guys don't ignore it. But yeah, I'm just doing a quick video, no editing, nothing, and it is what it is. I'm not gonna spend, normally it takes, let's see, normally my videos take me anywhere between like 20 and 30 minutes to record, and then for each 30 minutes it takes an hour or so. So between setting everything up, and it's almost 2 hours, which isn't horrible, but when you have a lot of other things going on, plus being a single mom of a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old, it adds up quick. So if it doesn't, like, on paper, if it doesn't look like you're doing a whole lot, but you feel like you're doing a whole lot, don't do things based off of what it looks like on the outside. Make your decision based off of what you're feeling on the inside, because that's what matters. It's not the people looking in at your life and your progress that have the right to dictate whether or not you can take a break or not. That's all up to the person experiencing everything. You know your energy level. You know when you need a break. So don't ignore your intuition. Don't ignore you. You wouldn't want someone else to ignore you. Don't ignore you. Yeah, I'm trying to avoid going into long spiels tonight. I know it's pretty easy for me to do that considering I love to talk. Just a lot of things are starting to come together, and it's happening in, quite frankly, magical ways. There's really no other way to explain it. Like, even the business meeting today, it was with BNI. It's an organization, like, if you have your own business, you all meet up and you can share what you're doing, and like find references for people and get testimonials, and even have them help you with your business, and like it's really really interesting. And my cousin actually goes, but she couldn't, so I was substituting for her today, and it was it was really fun, honestly. Like normally, like you think of meetings and you're like, oh, that sounds kind of boring. We weren't even in an office. We were at a bar. I mean, granted, we weren't drinking. Like they moved all the tables, but it was like we were at a restaurant. It was so casual. It was so welcoming. It was so friendly, and it was really really great. And I was expecting to be one of the only people with kind of a esoteric business, if you will. And there was one other person there that kind of had the same idea, but they weren't quite there yet. They're still on the more, like, I don't even know the right word. They work with, like, SEO, and they help, like, monetize programs and websites and stuff. It's really, really interesting, actually. I might work with them in the future, but they are thinking about doing shamanic work in the future. And they just got back from I think it was a psychedelic retreat in Colorado, and like their vibe was just awesome. And once they heard what I did, like their eyes lit up, and they're like, oh my god, like that's awesome. And then they got up, I guess one person a week, because you go around a table and everyone gets to speak for like 60 seconds. They put a timer on. You speak for 60 seconds about your business. And then oh, yeah, well, they meet once a week, but one person a week gets to talk about their business for 10 minutes. So this week, coincidentally, the one that I happened to go to was the one this girl got to talk for 10 minutes. And where she did talk a lot about her SEO business and everything, which was extremely interesting, she also brought up the shamanic work that she wants to do in the future. And she brought up the huge shift in consciousness that is happening in the world right now. And for me, hearing that I mean, granted, it was a restaurant, but it was still a business setting. Like, there were people in suits and stuff. I wore this. It was kind of like, this is, the world is a better place with you in it shirt. And it was like, you dress according to the business that you have, really. So it was like a business setting. And then she's here talking about the massive shift in consciousness that myself and all my classmates are working towards educating people on, and kind of turning around and helping people through. And it was so amazing. Like, what are the odds of that happening? It was insane. I kind of did like an Irish goodbye, unfortunately, because they ended at 1 and it was a 2-hour drive, and I had to get both my kids from school, so I was out of there. But they actually invited the volunteers to come again next week for free, because you do have to pay for being in this organization. So I might do that if it all works out right. So I'm hoping. I guess I'll keep you updated as time goes on, but yeah, it's like, seriously, what are the odds? Like, everything happens in such divine timing. like, like you think you have a plan, but the universe has a better plan. So if you don't think that things are working out quite right, or you're hoping for a different result, just know that whatever you're getting, whatever point you're at, is exactly where you're supposed to be. Whether that looks good or bad. And also, with this whole experience, I passed around these little cards that had a QR code on it for my website. And actually, I just launched that recently, so I'll drop that in the description below if you did want to take a look at it. I'm still like tweaking a few things here and there, but I got this QR code set up, and I was pretty excited to share it. And for most of the people there, the QR code wasn't working, and it was so weird, because I had tested it with a couple different people before I went. And then this girl came over to me, and she's like, hey, like, it isn't working for me or my friends. And I grabbed it from them, and I took my phone out and I scanned it, and it pulled it right up. I'm like, this is so weird. And my friend Marcy, she was telling me that it's happened a few times with her, where she has tried explaining just like this part of a spiritual journey. It's kind of a just a broad um, topic, really. I mean, you can talk about so many different things, but when she tries to bring that into certain people's lives, if they're experiencing heavy blocks that they are refusing to look at, it kind of blocks them from receiving the information. So, say like she was over the phone trying to tell them, the call would drop. Like, and I'm not saying like that exact thing happened, but like just things like that. It just, the universe will prevent her from being able to say anything to them about the spiritual journey because they haven't opened up to it. They haven't taken the responsibility on to begin their healing process. They're in that victim mindset, and they don't want help. They don't want to be healed. They just want the validation. And it's just insane because she told me that, and then when these people couldn't open the QR code, I'm like, is this like a kind of block? Because again, everything happens for a reason, and it works for some people and not for others. And I know QR codes are a little iffy in general, but were they blocked? Like, I don't know. Because I mean, it was kind of obvious that not everyone was really understanding where I was coming from with my business, and they hadn't really heard of it. And um, the reaction that I got when I stood up and I explained everything was actually very good, and they seemed pleased. And we were talking before everything started. I was going around meeting people, and like everyone was very, very interested, but it was something that they hadn't really heard of before. So I'm not sure if they just hadn't opened their mind to it, and in a way they were blocked. I'm not entirely sure, but that was kind of weird. And you know, I'm kind of glad for the way I felt about it, because when it first happened, I was like a little embarrassed, honestly, because I've never really, like in high school and stuff, I never really fit in. So now where I have my own business that's a little unorthodox, when I'm in a business setting, I still don't really feel like I belong. Because, like, these are people selling insurance and stuff, and like graphic design companies. There was a lady from Los Angeles there. Like, it was like bigger companies. So I felt like a little out of place. And so when it wasn't working, I just felt like I looked unprofessional. And it made me a little sad, and then I had to scoot out, so I couldn't really talk much. I couldn't write down my website, and I just left. And then I called Marcy, and I was telling her all this, and like, I was feeling kind of sad about it, but now I'm more like curious as to what the universe has in store for me. Like, what does it have planned? Like, why why did it all happen? It just makes you really curious. And when you can flip the script on yourself, and instead of being upset or sad, be curious as to why it happened, that's where the magic happens. That's where things start to click. And the more and more we talked, mind you, this is an hour and 45-minute ride. And excuse me, I talked to her on the phone for about an hour. And the amount of little breakthroughs I had while conversing with her in that hour is insane. I'm like, oh my God, like, now I have this idea, and I have this idea, and I have this idea, all because I went to this meeting. And even though it didn't go exactly how I planned it, I had amazing insights. And it just makes me even more excited for what Marcy and I have planned. It is going to be huge. And one major thing leading up to that is actually in January. I think you guys would see it in the summer, I think. But anyways, I forgot the name of the TV show, but Marcy is going to be on a TV show, and it's for entrepreneurs, and they are recording in January, I believe, January, February, and then I believe, don't quote me on this, I believe she said that they're going to be airing it in the summer. So I'll have to get the name and get some more information on that, but I'm really excited for that whole process, and like I'm really excited for her. And like it's just with everyone, like the energy's building up, and there's going to be something big coming. So even though things don't really look perfect right now, something big is happening, something big is coming, and I am super, super excited. But now I need to listen to what I was telling you guys in the beginning of this video and take a damn break. So I am gonna relax and actually watch TV for once. I really don't do that much. So yeah, I'm gonna try to relax. And it's just, I get so excited with this stuff, so it's really hard sometimes. But yeah, I hope this was beneficial, and I hope it is a good reminder for you to be okay with where you are and to take a break. Even if you feel like you shouldn't be taking a break, if your body is saying yes, or even if you have like the fleeting thought of, oh, maybe I should take a break tonight. Oh, like, don't ignore it. It's there for a reason. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching this. I'm the word just like left me for a second. I almost said reading and listening. I'm like, I don't know what I'm saying. See, I need a break. So have a good one. If you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe. Share it to a friend that might benefit from it. And I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.